everybody just wants to get out of here. It's been a long night, so basically we just have some proposals that we have to vote on. First we'll have the bylaw committee chair refresh your memory about the proposed bylaw changes, and then we'll vote on those.
It was emailed to all the members on page 5 and 6 in red that we agreed to the 2-year term per council chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer. And under council officers, that it says for 2 consecutive years. Section 1, officers and directors defined for 2 consecutive years. And that was what was agreed upon at the last meeting. So we were going to do 2-2-4-4, but everybody agreed on just 2 years. So that was emailed to everybody, and now we have to hold a vote on it. The bylaw committee is going to continue to meet and review the bylaws as a whole. But right now, we're just going to do this section.
I'll make the motion to approve the bylaw changes.
I'll second it.
All in favor for the accepting the proposed bylaw changes?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. The next item is, we have 2 vacant at-large seats on the REMAC Council for the Big Lakes. We were informed that they have to be a physician. Dr. Aaron Farney, as we explained at the last meeting, he is willing to take one of those at-large seats. He's the medical director for COVA, a number of other Orleans County agencies. He's part of the Dr. Jeremy Cushman group from the REMSCO system, but he also, like I said, is a medical director here in Orleans County. I'd like a motion to accept Dr. Farney's offer to fill that vacant at-large seat.
So motion.
All in favor of Dr. Farney's appointment to the at-large seat?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried.
Do we have anybody for the second one?
The second at-large seat.
No, it has to be a physician. Dr. Tackett is already the CMAC rep. Well, we'll continue to seek out somebody to fill that seat for us.
Do you want recommendations?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, I'll get you somebody.
Absolutely, thank you.
Chet. Chet Shepard. We reach out to him and see if there's an interest. And we can take care of that at the next regularly scheduled meeting.
Sure.
But that would get that seat filled. And I think it's
I
important.
think it has to be a physician.
If there's something that comes,
He's a nurse practitioner. He's a doctor.
nurse practitioner, physician. It's a doctorate program now, so.
But he's
not a medical-
he's a PhD.
Yeah.
He's
Not a
degree
DO or
of-
an MD.
I think you have to be a DO or an MD, but we
So-
clarify it with Brian Walters.
No, that's, I can be a doctor. That's great.
Yeah.
Was that you saying you got a PhD in BS? Is that what it was?
I learned from you.
So we'll look into that and reach out to him.
Yeah, we can. I can talk to Dr. Walters and get it clarified.
Let's see if
And
it's acceptable.
yeah, I just think it's important. Every time we don't have one of these seats filled, there's a potential vote that comes for our area, whether it's Niagara, Orleans, or Genesee. It's like a no vote, you know. And we need to make sure all these seats are filled. So.
And if Dr. Tackett has some folks in mind, you can also reach out to them, and we can go from there in an effort to fill that other seat.
6 meetings a year. Every other month, 6 meetings.
Dave McGovern,
Yes, sir.
at this point in time, we had talked about potentially forming a committee for the,
Correct.
are we still interested in that?
Good. I mean, we have to get in a little more detail on it, as far as, you know, what we can do. I'm hoping that, Lee Burns takes the information we gave her to heart last night and maybe has a change of direction, because the meeting we had, she's basically screaming that, you know, EMS's numbers are dwindling, that people aren't staying, and, you know, we gotta find ways to do this, and then saying that, you know, at our county meeting, but, you know, and she wasn't aware of the problem. That's what she told us, I do believe her. I don't believe she was being dishonest in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully that we brought this, our plight to light, maybe they'll rethink something, you know, keep our fingers crossed. Because not only is it affecting our department, North Tonawanda is next. You know, and Rick and I have been talking about it.
I'm over here. I'm over here, Dave.
Oh, there you go, okay. There you go. I knew you were here somewhere. I mean, and it's just, if we can nip it in the bud, that'd be fantastic.
For anybody that's not familiar with what we're talking about, can you just give them a brief?
Briefly, what happened was the state EMS took away our core sponsorship. They said because we don't teach CFR or EMT or CC or paramedic, we're not trained at that level. We could do a CFR refresher, EMT refresher, but we do our EMT in-house through our through CME. Okay. Because we haven't taught anything, they sent us a letter in, I want to say August, late August, saying you could lose your core sponsorship, blah, 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 you know, saying could. And in the next letter, they said you're gone. And we're actually out of the program right now. Everything printed up in November, we're not even in it anymore. So it was done, I don't want to say unilaterally or whatever, but there was no appeal process, there was no, I mean, it was frustrating on our part because, you know, it's like I explained to Lee Burns last night. We do everything, once our members of our fire department, they all have to be EMTs or higher. Okay? When we hire them, they're not EMTs. Some of them can be if they chose to do it. But we send them to school, and within a year they get their EMT. We send them to Niagara University. John Malinchuk, we got with John Malinchuk, and he did the program. Once they get their EMT, then we take them in, and we run a refresher course every year. Even though, and every person on the department takes that refresher course, even though every 3 years, so in other words, a third of our department is up, and then the next year a third, next year a third. We have it all broken up that way. But we do everything, we have lectures every month, we have stations every month. We do all stations. We did last year over 5,000 medical calls. I mean, we're using it, we're doing it, and we got booted. And it's just, to me, it's not right. But the powers that be, I mean, she's the head, we're gonna plead our case to her, maybe she'll do something for us. We'll see.
Well, at this point in time, why don't I go ahead and appoint that ad hoc committee with you, Dave, as the chair,
Okay.
and then would you also be willing to be on that committee?
Sure.
And then probably at least a couple more folks who would be interested in being on this committee with these guys to just, you know, look into any potential problems or see if we can just get some more clarification on this whole topic. Dan Hosey? How about one more?
I'll do it.
Jeff Abbott. Okay, so we have Dave McGovern, Rick Kozak, Dan Hosey, and Jeff Abbott will be the ad hoc committee that are going to work on that issue. Does anybody else have any business to bring before the council?
I've got one thing. We need to get together with Sean and the treasurer and so forth before the next meeting and do a quick audit. Also with the state, the governor signed a law regarding the financial stuff that has to be done at all not-for-profit meetings, and I don't know whether that applies to us or not. And I wonder if gentlemen over in that corner could check on it. I'll send you what we have. Under large not-for-profit, we have to do it. It has to do with conflicts of interest and grants and it's a whole list of stuff that needs to be brought. Some at every meeting, some on occasion. But if it applies to us, we need to abide by that.
You have to look at it. I'd assume it's covered in there, but you can always reach out to Tom. And just, you know, check with John and see what they are, and then reach out to Tom and say, you know, as part of the deliverables that, you know, the form he gave us, should these be included as well?
You guys can
Yeah.
put your heads together and arrange getting together, whatever location.
And please send me the list of people on the committees.
Okay. Any other business? Dan?
Mercy's condo was the state level, right?
What happens is the notification comes from this council, so be part of the Powell thing, there's a 30-day waiting period for potential appeals. So there could be no activity on the applicant providing service for minimum 30 days.
And if it is appealed, they cannot bring to after appeals.
Right.
Now, could we send a letter in requesting if there's an appeal that,
The law says 30 days.
Yeah.
Somebody could appeal on the 29th day. So you can't, you know.
But they'll continue to operate for Niagara, the town of Niagara.
They're not,
Because they have that.
EMS in town of Niagara. That is town of Niagara EMS. They are a subcontractor to the town of Niagara EMS. They have a municipal seal in.
Right, they-
But it's not Mercy EMS
Right, oh, okay.
operating there.
But that's how they would continue to operate
It
within
does not
that.
affect this at all. The town of Niagara has a municipal CON that is subcontracted with Mercy EMS to do their business. They can go and contract with anybody. This does not affect that at all.
Okay.
Does this affect mutual aid at all?
Nothing has changed right now. You know, it's the applicant is still, even though it's been approved here, there's a 30-day wait period for potential appeal from anybody else.
The flawed con process.
I think we heard that last.
Announce the next meeting date. Announce the next meeting date. I don't have a calendar. December 14th. That's what I think it is. It's the second Wednesday. Yeah.
I just got one quick thing. I just wanted to, on behalf of the executive board and the entire council, thank Sean for the tremendous job you did with this and all the time. And I know I thanked you the other day, but publicly, this was a huge undertaking and you did a great job. We were in the loop. There was never a time that any of us were out of the loop on any of the information. You did a great job. Thank you.
nice job.
By all means, it's not just a one-person show, it's the entire council. Andrew played an important part in it as well. And I think the key is, and what I think this council lacked in the past, was the dialogue with the state. It was constant, you know, communications with them, making sure that we were doing things the way we were supposed to do it. You know, it's relatively new. Most of the cons that I've worked on are just transfers. You know, we've had nothing of this magnitude that I've worked on, and I wanted to make sure that we did everything by the book, correct, and.
Our thanks to you and the con committee. Nice job.
Okay.
I see you're gonna have another one come spring.
Well, we're still working on, in the works, we do have Cova's Con. We still have that, what is it, American Ambulance Incorporated, or Ambulance Western New York Incorporated. You know, Darien Lake is sold again, so there'll be another one there. It'll go on, so.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to offer my services on Dave's committee as like a technical assistant to help. I mean, it's all gonna come with us. You know, I would.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Will you set up your consulting career for after
Don't ruin the man's exit plans.
I've never sold it.
He won't be there. He'll get good quality.
I've been involved intimately with the chief and Dave and Jim and Rick and I have had preliminary conversations, you know. And Lee and I have had some discussions today on some things.
Thank you, it's greatly appreciated. Any other business? Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Aye.